Howdy folks, it's DIECAST Buffet here again, and welcome back to another Wave review. The long wait is finally over. We finally are here with Wave 4, and we're going to talk about it in this review. So, Wave 4 was dropped Wednesday, May 15th. I remember Wave 3 being leaked before the Daytona 500. Which was the last time we did a Wave announcement video. That was way back in February, folks. We're in the middle of May. So, as the Indianapolis 500 nears closer, as well as the Coca-Cola 600, we finally got Wave 4. It finally has been announced. I mean, it has been grueling as a NASCAR diecast fan and collector. I mean, it's been terrible, man. It has been terrible. The lack of Gold Series, the lack of just everything, man. It has been terrible. Finally, Lionel gives us something to chew on, but it took them long enough, and I'll try to get through this review with two ways to look at it. You can look at it as a positive wave, and you could look at it as a negative wave. But without further ado, let's get it started. So the first car in this wave, and I might add, is going to have a lot of 2019 diecasts. The first 2019 diecast in this wave is Clint Bowyer's Peak Antifreeze Ford Mustang. This is 2019. So this paint scheme, honestly, is a very cool looking car, and it's one of the best looking Peak cars ever, I think, ever made. Now, Clint Bowyer and Peak, they do have some history. They went, they sponsored Clint Bowyer, I think in 2015, maybe 14 with, Michael Waltrip Racing. So Peak Antifreeze has a history with Michael Waltrip as well. So it's kind of cool to see how they're back on Clint Bowyer's car after, the whole downfall of MWR. But they're back with Clint Bowyer, so that's going to be a very nice car to get. I'm no doubt going to be getting this car. No doubt. That is one I absolutely want. Next car we have is Eric Almirola's Smithfield Ford Mustang. And folks, this is a really cool car. It's one of the earlier 2016 May release ones. I mean, it's like there's a huge gap between the first releases, which were mainly Hendrick ones, and the second wave I would consider of Gold Series releases. This is going to be one of the earliest cars. You'll be able to get this in like literally days. You'll be able to order this, and it'll actually be shipped to your house. So that's going to be really cool, but it's going to be in Wave 4. So depends how you look at it, it depends how you look at it, but it's definitely a car I will be getting because, I mean, it's Almirola's primary, it's Smithfield, it's going to be a pretty cool looking car, man. I love the gold numbers on that thing, and definitely on the Mustang mold, it's going to be really cool. The next car, we have Brad Keselowski's Discount Tire Ford Mustang. This car is identical pretty much to his 2018 one. Ironically enough, I tore that thing up and made it into a wrecked race car. But no question that it's a cool paint scheme. I really do like it because it pays tribute to his 2010 Nationwide Championship. And they've carried that same paint scheme design into the Cup Series, I mean, almost a decade now. Really cool paint scheme. I really do like it. I really do, and I'll definitely be getting this one as well. Next car is a fan favorite. It's Ryan Blaney's 2019 Ford Mustang PPG paints. And this one, man, let me tell you, this is one of the coolest paint schemes on the Gen 6 car. I mean, it's got almost every color you could imagine, but man, does it look good on the racetrack. And I remind myself of seeing Blaney lead all those laps at Bristol and the Ford Mustang. I think it'd have been really cool to see him win that race, but, it happens. And the next 2019 diecast, and it's actually the last one that's going to be in this wave, is William Byron's 2019 Hertz Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet Camaro Z01. And it's actually the one of two Chevys in this wave, and it will be the chase piece. So we did get a Hertz car in Wave 11 of 2018, and that was the chase piece in that wave. Well, here it is, Wave 4 in 2019, and we'll be getting the Hertz Camaro. So I think the Hertz Camaro chase piece looks really cool, but I would love to see like the PPG paints car with like a silver background I don't know. I'm sure there was some sponsor tied in here. Maybe Hertz really wanted a gold diecast, so you never know. But I do think this is a really cool diecast. But my biggest beef with this, though, is that we already got this car out. I mean, you could have ordered this thing before the Daytona 500, and it would have shipped probably the day after. It'd be in your mailbox. So it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like this car is just thrown in as a filler rather than putting in maybe a Truex or a Suarez. So that is it for the 2019 cars. On to the 2018 cars. Next up is Erik Jones' 2018 Coke Zero Sugar 400 Daytona race to win version. Now, this one is puzzling to the naked eye for some, but to me, it's as clear as day why they did this. Lionel wanted to get a Toyota Camry in there, and I don't know if they have any of their other 2019 Toyota Camrys available to be put in a wave, which I think is stupid considering it's the same mold as last year, but I feel like this is a cheap plug for a race to win. Now, if they did not make the Erik Jones car last year in the Gold Series, I would 100% be okay with this. But the matter of fact that they made this Erik Jones Camry last year in the Gold Series, like literally you could get this car last year in the Gold Series. The fact that they have it now in Wave 4, God, man. Like, come on. Out of every car you could have made from last year, you decide to make the same one we've already got. Like, you know what I would have loved to see? Like, why not, make we could have done a Kevin Harvick one, a Kyle Busch one. I mean, they could have done Joey Logano Martinsville, They could have done a lot of different choices here, but once again, Lionel went for the cheap plug, and they already had the diecast mold, they already had the licensing, everything, and all you're going to get with this is you're going to get a gray chassis, no nameplate, and a little card to go with it. Now, the cards are really cool, I get it, but it's just like, if you're not a diehard Erik Jones fan, and you're not reviewing diecasts, there's really not a market for this car unless you didn't get it last year's Gold Series one. Either way, I feel like this is a huge waste of a position in the wave, in my opinion. Next up, we have actually a truck, guys. We have a truck. We have Brett Moffitt's 2018 Chicagoland race to win Toyota Tundra. In this truck, I mean, I like seeing a truck in the wave, but at the same time, I'm bummed out about it, and here's why. Now, I know I sound like I complain a lot, but I honestly really don't. Like, if you really get to know me in, the real world, so to speak, I really don't complain a lot. I really don't, but I gotta complain about this one a little bit. Because we don't have any Truck Series diecasts that are available in the Gold Series. So a lot of the fans are wanting trucks, but they're wanting normal paint schemes. Like, I think it's cool to get a race-winning truck, but they're not going to be making 30 trucks a year. We might get 10 individual trucks for the entire year. So to get a bunch of trucks that have confetti on it, it's going to be a big bummer because it just is, man. Like, I feel like this is a waste of space right here. A waste of space. Especially since there's only 8 vehicles in this wave. What they could have done is they could have made this Chicagoland race win. I wouldn't have a problem if they did this. Put the Chicagoland race win in, and then add in another truck. So either you put in like a Myatt Snyder, I don't know, put in a Johnny Sauter 2019, whatever. Do whatever you got to do, right? To get 2 trucks in, but they only went for 8 vehicles in this wave. So once again, I feel like Lionel they were forcing themselves to get wave 4 out. I really do. I really feel like this was a forced wave 4 in a way. And then the last one, which it's going to be a fan favorite, no doubt, and it'll probably be the hottest piece in this collection of cars from wave 4, is Chase Elliott's Gander Outdoors 400 Dover race win car from last year in the playoffs. Now, I really want this car as much as I don't want it at the same time, because I don't like playoff banners. I don't like emojis on my NASCARs. you know, paid schemes. I don't like any of that. But guess what? It's my favorite driver, and it's a race to win one. I'll buy one as a keepsake, and if I'm lucky enough, I'll find another one and do a review on it. But this is a car that I'll be getting. I'm going to be getting every vehicle from this wave, I might add, because I'm going to do reviews on all the stuff. So make sure to subscribe and tune into DIECAST Buffet for all that cool stuff that will be happening this summer. Once we get our hands on Wave 4, we will be reviewing each diecast I can find. But this is a paint scheme. I think this is a great choice by Lionel to put this one in because it's a fan favorite win. You got to get these out. You know, it's like when someone wins a Daytona 500. Not making a raced version of that is a sin in the diecast community. So I feel like when you have the most popular driver, it just makes sense to add a Chase Elliott raced win. I am all for it. However, I would have liked to see the Mountain Dew one instead for Wave 4 because the Mountain Dew paint scheme is amazing. And that is it, folks. That is Wave 4. There's only 8 vehicles, not 9 vehicles. Or really, if you consider the liquid color, it's 9 vehicles. But the last 3 waves had 9 vehicles plus the liquid color. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like Wave 4 in 2019 was rushed. And I'll break it down here. So, let's look at it at a negative light. Let's look at it in a negative light. So, if you look at the 2019 diecast, you got Clint Boyer, Pete Antifreeze, Eric Amarola, Smithfield, Brian Kozlowski, Discount Tires, PPG, Ryan Blaney, and of course, William Byron, Hertz Camaro. These 5 2019 diecasts will all be available and able to ship to your house by June 15th. Every single one of these. So what that tells me is that by June 15th, because this wave is not going to hit retailers probably, I would expect June 25th. If Lionel is back on track where they're releasing, I would expect June 20th to June 25th. That's when we should start seeing these in retailers realistically. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's tomorrow, but it ain't going to happen. But give it about 2 weeks at the Lionel store. It'll peg warm there. If the scalpers don't buy it, but yeah, I think around June 20th, I think is a realistic day to find the cars. But if the thing that gets me, guys, is that by the time all these cars are, they're released, Wave 4, you'll be able to buy every single one of them and have them at your house in the Gold Series. Now, I don't know about you, but that bugs me, man. That really bugs me because I could buy every single one of these diecasts and not even have to worry about the 2019 models in Wave 4. That bugs me, and I'm gonna rant on it a little bit. That really bugs me, and I feel like this was a part of Lionel trying to shut us up because we've been barking at Lionel for months now about Wave 4. And we have the right to because it's been, oh my God, like almost 3 months now. I mean, it's been since February since we knew about Wave 3. When Wave 3 was announced, it took forever for it to hit retailers. It just blows my mind, guys. It blows my mind. I think they personally pushed out the 2019s in a way that I feel like they went out the cheap route. What I would have loved to see, and I think I could speak for most of the diecast community, this was a great opportunity for Lionel to turn their reputation around in 2019. Let me tell you, if they would have put Martin Truex Jr.'s Bass Pro Shops Camry from 2019 in this wave, let me tell you, everyone would be smiling. They'd be happy and excited about this wave. If they would have put in maybe a Suarez, his first year with Stewart-Haas Racing, that would have been a very, very nice find. I mean, even Alex Bowman's Nationwide 88, I mean, they could have put that in here. They didn't. I felt like they should at least put one diecast in here that from 2019 that you ain't going to be able to get in the Gold Series for a long time. Lionel didn't do that. They went out the cheap route, and they're basically just going to give you a discounted Gold Series car. That's basically what they're going to do with Wave 4 in 2019. But we do get 2 exclusives, maybe 1 exclusive, really, because the Brett Moffitt truck, I don't know if they're making this in 164 in the Gold Series, but as of right now, I'm considering it an exclusive. Of course, the Eric Jones one. It's not exclusive because you can get it in the 164 Gold Series, and of course, the Chase Elliott one will be releasing around the same time as the other 2019. So basically, by June 15th, you'll be able to get that car in the Gold Series as well as the Kansas win. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys, is that this 2019 Wave 4, in my opinion, was just a cheap plug to the fans to try to shut them up. And I personally I'm happy about it, but I'm also disappointed. Now let's look at it as a positive way. We finally got 2019 diecasts in the Authentics line, and it happens to be the majority of it. Time in and time out, it's been pretty much just a few in each wave, but Wave 4 consists of 5 diecasts that are 2019. Now we have 3 2018s in it, but at the bright side, we still have 2+ in that, that ratio, so to speak. But the cars in it are actually really nice. I mean, to be dead honest with you, the Clint Boyer car, I love that paint scheme. Like, I legit love that paint scheme. Eric Almirola's car, I'm glad they didn't change it. I really like that paint scheme. Brad Keselowski, it's a paint scheme that for some people might seem bland, but I love it. PPG, paints Mustang for Blaney. That's a really good car right there, guys. And then the Hertz car, I'm kind of on. You gotta look at the Chase piece one. That's gonna be a really cool gold William Byron car, and a lot of big Byron fans are gonna really want that car. So, in my opinion, Wave 4 was, I think, a cheap plug. I think there was a cheap plug because all the 2019 cars will be already out in the Gold Series that you can ship to your house by the time Wave 4 is on your retail shelves. Once again, guys, I think this is just a cheap plug. They're basically just giving you discounted Gold Series cars, but on the bright side, you're able to get the, I think, a proper race to win version with the card for Chase Elliott, Brett Moffitt, and Eric Jones, which I think they should have not even put the Eric Jones one in because that Gold Series car has been out for so long. They could have put anyone else. They didn't do it. And then we get one less diecast in this wave. We did. We got one less diecast. Generally, they go with 9 diecasts as of lately. So this goes even more to my, I wouldn't say theory, but my idea that this was a cheap plug wave. They go one less diecast, and all the 2019s you're going to be able to get by the ways on your store. So let me know what y'all think about Wave 4. Do y'all like it? Do you not like it? I'm personally excited for it regardless. It helps me save a little bit of money being able to buy these in the Authentics line rather than the Gold Series. But at the same time, that means I have to wait to buy, get these diecasts. Because, it could come out July 1st. It could come out the first week of June. Who knows, man? Who really knows? I'm hoping it's sooner or later. But I'm just happy that we got a wave reveal, guys. It's been a very long time. It's been grueling. This 2-3 months of no new diecasts. It's been rough for the diecast community, but we finally got good news with Wave 4 revealed today, or actually yesterday. So I'm very excited about it, guys. Very excited about it. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to Diecast Buffet if you want to see reviews on all these new diecasts that are going to be coming out this summer. Diecast Buffet, we're going to be having all kinds of cool reviews of the 2019 164s this summer. NASCAR gameplay, the NASCAR Drivers' Cup Series, which is kicking off the first week of August, so make sure to tune in for that. Thank you all so much for watching. We're having a great one out there. Looking forward to Wave 4. And with all that said, Diecast Buffet, signing off.